What's up, anglers? Charles Cleburne with Dirty Bay Fishing here. Alright guys, in this video I am in Galveston Bay. I'm in one of the Galveston Bay marshes, and I was curious to see if the fish are starting to pack back up in there. I've heard that shrimp are starting to move back up in there, and I wanted to see what was going on, so I went in there and checked, and this video is the outcome of that. Show you some of the fish that I caught, and if you wait till the end, or if you want to, just fast forward to the end for the information. I'm gonna go over all the baits that I used and the colors I used, and then I'm gonna tell you why I picked those baits, why I targeted the places I did, and why and how I used those baits. So enjoy the video, and if you want to learn something, I got that for you in the end, man. So alright guys, I hope to see all you guys out there on the water. Tight lines and God bless.
Got him, look at that. What did I get? Not big enough, but they're here. Look at that. Looks like I got one, guys. Right, yeah. What is that? This was a redfish. Oh, it's a flounder. Little baby flounder. Ooh, look at that. Yeah. Got something. What'd I get? There's something in here. Huh. Look at that. Flounder on a popping cork. Flounder on a popping cork. Got him. Ooh, look at there. Got me a redfish. Landed right in his mouth. Right on, guys. Oh, that's a tournament red. That's a tournament red. Right on, guys. I hope he's not too big. I don't think he is. Let me turn around so I can get a good camera view. Right on, man. that. On that dirty bait fishing lure, that color that I told Kevin to make for me. Look at that. Right on, brothers. Right on, guys. All right, let's turn. All right, guys. These are the lures that I was catching with in that video, and so you know, you can tell right here this is gulp. So you know where to get. Everybody knows where to get gulp. The popping cork that I used in the video, that one is a Red Alert lure popping cork. Keith Fusel, man, he's a good dude. He makes some good popping corks and some good lures and stuff. This popping cork right here is a Naughty Hooker popping cork, and of course I get that one there off of Bad Marine Supply. This one and the Red Alert popping corks are basically the same thing. They have a couple different components, but they're basically the same. But this is my popping cork setup. If you see, I got my Norton Quick Twist right here, and I have a croaker hook on there because that's set up for live bait. But if I want to move to put a lure on there, I can either add one of these gulps on there just to this hook right here like I do sometimes, or if I want to add some weight to it and sink at the bottom, I can take it here and add a clamp weight right here, or instead of cutting this and tying a new lot, shortening my leader, I've got my Norton Quick Twist here. I just pop on and I'm ready to go. Got my jig head. I can add one of these lures and I'm ready to go. All right, this other lure that I'm using, this is a dirty bait fishing lure. This is a special lure made. I got Kevin Wingate over there, my buddy partner that makes these lures. I asked him a lot to make this color right here because this area that I'm fishing, this color is hot. It's almost like a silvery, and it's got silver flakes and maybe a couple gold in there. But I do really good with redfish in this area with this one right here. And the gulps that I like to target is, the main one I like is this one right here. It's the gulp shrimp. It's white with a chartreuse tail. There's a better one than this by Gulp called the Mantis Shrimp, and it's white and it has two tails, and they got a little bit more movement, but this one right here has been killing them. And always, this is always the other go-to. Everybody uses this one right here, the little swimming minnow right here. This one on the popping cork, this one on the popping cork has been amazing lately. I always use that. If I'm in an area where I don't know where fish are at and I want to try to find it, I drift, popping cork, and I use that shrimp with a white shrimp with a chartreuse tail, and I find fish all the time. As you can see in that video, that was one of the main ones that I was using, and I was finding fish. I even found flounder on a popping cork. Right on, guys. All right, guys. I will try to leave a link in the descriptions for where you can look for all these lures, and of course always Bad Marine Supply, we got the code Dirty Bait. If you use that, you get 10% off of everything there, and they carry everything, Paul Brown products, the Corkies, soft dines, their lures, the Naughty Hookers, even oxygen systems for your baits, man, and 10% off is a good deal. So I mean, I take advantage of it. Anyway, so this popping cork, if you see the type of popping cork I like to use, I like the flat top right there, because that flat top, when you pop it, always makes a splash, which sounds like speckled trout or some kind of predator fish feeding. And I like this cable. I like the bendable cable because I don't really like the hard ones. Some people like it. Me, I always think it's going to bend and be hard to use, but I like this. It's always got I like the littler beads. Four Horsemen makes the ones with the really loud beads, and I've got buddies that swear by those, and that's all they use. I just particularly like these smaller ones because, me personally, I've heard the sound that these make, and I've actually thought my popping cork was popping behind me, and I went to look, you know, and it wasn't. It was bait popping behind me. So what happens with these popping corks is it makes that splash, which sounds like a predator feeding, and this little weight right here
causes these balls that are suspended up here to come down and make a little snapping sound that sounds like bait fling. So when a fish hears bait feeding, the bait splashing feeding sound and bait fleeing sound, they want to come and investigate. And when they come up in there, they see your lure in there shaking around or moving, and that causes that strike and for them to bite. And if you noticed in this video, I caught flounder with a popping cork, and that's pretty neat, but it's in shallow water. And my popping cork I usually use about 1 foot to 18 inches, and the water I'm in is about 1 foot to 2 foot. So that bait is popping up and sinking back down, and usually sinking on the bottom. And when it's rolling across there, any flounder is going to hear that. Any flounder is going to look up and it's going to see that gulp coming down, and it's going to take off and attack it. And so basically what I do with a popping cork is, a popping cork is a great tool to find fish. If you don't know an area, if you don't know what's on the bottom, you just drift through, pop, pop, pop. I found fish that way. Then I'm in my kayak or whatever, and I drop an anchor and I throw it out again, and I catch another one. Fish are there. Or if I don't, I just keep on going. So anyway, these lures right here, the part of the bay, the part of Galveston Bay system that I was in, that color always does good. So I throw at grass lines. If you saw right there, the grass line where I hit that one red, it had other grass lines around it, which causes the current to run through there. And these redfish are predator fish, so they got a place to hide behind that, and as baits whip by, they come out and attack it. And you can see in that video, I threw that bait, and I'm almost, as soon as it hits the water, that line goes because knowing where they're at, knowing what types of baits to use is really good. The area I'm in right now, the marshes, you know, the shrimp go up in there, they breed in the grass. The redfish know that. There's a lot of oyster back there in these areas too. There's a lot of places for fish to hide, and in the warm and in the summer and the spring, like right now, that's where they're going. That's where you want to look, man. All right, guys, I hope you learned something. I hope you know something to take when you go out there again, man, and I hope to see you guys on the water. Tight lines, and God bless.